You are listening to TechCom, a podcast series by NTT Data dedicated to the telecommunications industry. As behaviour patterns have changed more during the last years than they have in a decade, operators are now faced with a highly digital consumer that demands seamless services and the best experience possible. To tackle these challenges, the telecom industry is looking to incorporate autonomous networks and other advanced technologies in their operations. With regards to the Digital Transformation World event hosted by TM Forum in Copenhagen, here at NTT Data, we developed a series dedicated to the telecom industry and the solutions that are being developed within the Catalyst project, Autonomous Customer Experience Index for zero-touch 5G networks, to help operators manage these challenges and overcome them. In our 7th episode of the NTT Data podcast series called TechCom, we discussed together with our guests a wide array of topics related to innovation in the telco industry, the shift from a network-centric approach to a customer-centric one, or how measuring the real customer perception of network performance is the first step to automating corrective actions. Here to discuss these complex topics are Fernando Aymerich Trénor, Account Manager for Telefónica Spain at Nokia, and Fernando Rex, Partner and Head of Network Business at NTT Data Europe and Latam.
Hello, Fernando. Thank you for joining today. After the amazing project we did during the last months for the Catalyst and the successful presentation we had in Copenhagen, I would like to talk with you a little bit about the contribution of Nokia to this project.
Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Okay, I guess we developed an innovative approach with focus on customer experience that represents a step forward for the transformation of the network operations. I would like to know from your perspective, what is the innovation of taking the customer experience as a single input for automating the actions that we launch on the network for monitoring and planning?
Right. So we believe the innovation is the change from network-centric operations to customer-centric operations. That means to make decisions for network operations and network planning, both real-time and non-real-time, based on the quality the customer is perceiving or can potentially perceive, rather than based on pure network alarms and KPIs and counters, which themselves do not always reflect such experience. Improved customer experience enables new revenue streams and reduces churn.
To make sure the customer experience is key for our approach and represents the basis for the use cases that we have implemented. Tell us a little bit more about the methodology that you have defined to measure the customer experience and, most important, to have an accurate and reliable customer experience index that guarantees the efficiency on the automation of actions to enhance the network service.
Sure. So the customer experience index calculation that Nokia implements in this Catalyst consists of several aspects. First of all, to measure the experience of each and every customer using passive probes with the capacity to analyze both control and user plane as the data source. Moreover, we enrich the previously obtained index with radio access network quality information using performance management data for this purpose. In this way, we solve one of the limitations of the CI, which is calculated exclusively with transactional data collected in the core of the network. After that, we calibrate the CEI using crowdsourcing data. So the CEI based on network indicators requires a calibration that weights them so that the final result is as close as possible to the real perception of the customers. Surveys are what is used normally for this purpose. But in this Catalyst, we wanted to demonstrate the possibility of carrying out an alternative calibration by using crowdsourcing data collected from client devices. So within the scope of this Catalyst, the feasibility of this calibration has been tested. Validation of the results obtained versus the calibration procedures based on surveys and the accuracy on our recall values will be part of later phases. The basis for the calculation of the CI as part of this Catalyst project was a customer-centric cross-dimensional data model with more than 330 metrics and dimensions. It builds upon Bell Labs' artificial intelligence and machine learning innovations, and also on 10 years of best practices from over 40 deployments worldwide by Nokia.
Being more specific, how does the customer experience index contributes to the most efficient radio access network planning? how does is it related to the crowdsourcing data?
Yeah, good question. So customer experience index together with its contributors, which I described before, enables an operator to discriminate the customer usage based on the services they are accessing. So it can be streaming, instant messaging, video. And also, each service has different network requirements in terms of throughput, delay, so on. So one user that crosses two cells with the same performance management values, but uses a different service in each of them, could have two totally different experiences. Taking this into account, using the CI, the cells can be classified per usage type and adapt the network accordingly. In other words, those insights provide the CA with enablers for a smart CAPEX approach. That is, on the basis of the customer usage of the services at cell level, the planning and engineering department have the right information to set the priority of the investments according to the business value of the customers and their perceived experience per cell and per service, rather than merely the network performance.
You are listening to TechCom, a podcast series by NTT Data dedicated to the telecommunications industry.
Okay, sounds really, really interesting. I guess it's a very innovative approach of what we did. Talking a little bit about the specific contribution of Nokia from your experience on this catalyst, which is the most important contribution that you can remark for this project?
Yes, definitely. The most important contribution by Nokia to this catalyst consists of providing the methodology to measure this customer experience accurately and reliably to represent the real customer perception according to the network status and deliver it in the form of a trusted customer experience index that guarantees that the automatic actions taken are correct and appropriate in all circumstances.
Okay. And from these features that you provide, which of them can revolutionize, from your perspective, the way that CSPs are defining their customer experience strategies?
Yes, so the CI proposed in this catalyst enhances services operations to correlate and understand in real time the impact on customer for each detected service problem, combining customer insights with operations to close the gap between network and service experience. This allows management of the service lifecycle by tackling services degradation before customer experience bad quality. The consequence of this approach is the paradigm change in operations, moving from network-centric to customer-centric, and introducing the closed-loop automation, given the following features. First, the operator is alerted of impact on services due to network events. The right prioritization then can be set according to multiple criteria, considering which customer impact or revenue impact is the most important. On the other hand, the customer care center is able to realize that there is a degradation of the service experience in a certain region, visualizing impacted subscribers in several areas. Based on subscriber profiles and their associated SLAs, it is possible to determine which area should be tackled first. Moreover, it is then possible to contextually launch the list of service problems from the same areas, executing the root cause analysis while identifying the faulty network elements and root causes. In addition to that, the planning and engineering department have the right information to identify what concerns more the highest value customers and can prioritize efforts and investments based on business value forecast. And finally, marketing will also increase the success of their campaigns through a more targeted approach, knowing which customers to address in each case.
Okay, sounds, as I said before, really, really, really innovative. We have been talking a lot about innovation during this conversation and in the project that we executed together. Innovation could mean many things depending on the context. But what is innovation for Nokia?
Well, for us as a company, our long-standing commitment to innovation enables our customers to deliver transformative, innovative technology that helps the world act together. Working alongside service providers and enterprise customers across industries and around the world, we're building future technologies to make Industry 4.0 a reality and to enhance virtually every aspect of life.
Okay, really, really clear. Thank you very much, Fernando, for your words today, and see you soon in the next phase, hopefully, of the Catalyst.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this. Great to collaborate with you.
As telecom operators invest massively in 5G technology and its multiple applications, maximizing the return on these major investments is on the agenda of most telecom executives. Today, we were joined by Fernando Aymerich Trénor, account manager for Telefónica Spain at Nokia, and Fernando Rex, partner and head of network business at NTT Data, Europe and Latam, for an insightful conversation about the change in paradigm from a network-centric business strategy to a customer-centric one, and how innovation is key in this new approach.